Hi, my name is Belinda and welcome to Belinda's Baubles. I am recording just a very simple crochet tutorial today to help a friend, and I just wanted to be able to share it here on my channel. I have here just a Hobby Lobby size H 5.0 crochet hook. This is my favorite ergonomic hook, and they're fairly inexpensive here in the United States. Then I have some Cascade Anthem, which is a 100% acrylic yarn, which would be, it'd be a worsted, I believe, or a heavy DK, but it should be around a size 4 on the ball band. And I just wanted something that was good contrast. Okay, this is for right-handed, and there are a lot of different ways, or several different ways that people usually hold their hooks, either the knife or the pencil, and I do the knife, and that's what I'll be showing you here today. Okay, first step is going to be making a slip knot. So we're going to go around our finger, close the loop, pull a loop of yarn through, and stick our crochet hook in. Your working yarn will be on the right hand side. Your tail, so that you can weave it in later, will be on the left. And we're just going to close this up. So we are starting here with a chain stitch. So you're going to loop over, pull through, loop over, pull through, loop over, pull through, and continue the same thing until you get the length or the number of stitches. And this is just a very basic way of starting your project. You don't want them to be too tight because we're going to be going back into these different stitches. And yes, I know I do hold my yarn in the right hand in a strange way doing my loop. I throw it. There are other ways out there, such as just pull. I'm not very good at them. You hold your yarn in the left hand and just pull it through. As I said, I'm not very good at it. I am a thrower. And I know this is not the most common ways. There are a lot of videos out there that will show you different ways to hold your yarn for tension. And as I said, this is just a very basic tutorial to help a friend. All right, so that gives us enough to get started. Okay, so we're going to start with a single crochet. So I'm going to skip my first stitch here, and I'm going to go into the second stitch because it's going to basically help it to stand up. So I'm going to go under the top of the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is your first single crochet. Go to your next stitch, going through the top of the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Again, all the way across. Push through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And now we have single crochets. And I'm going to go all the way over to the other end. And I'll meet you back. Okay, so I do want to show you here. As I said, I am a thrower. It limits my speed though. So if you're holding your yarn with your left hand and holding your hook with the right hand as with a knife, push through, grab your yarn, pull it through. Grab your yarn, pull through 2. Again, go through, grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull through 2. Push through, grab your yarn, pull through. You're just going to grab the yarn as a yarn over and pull through 2. This will give you actually better speed working with this manner. Now, I was taught as a very small child with very small hands, and it's the way that I've ended up continuing, because as you can see here, this is much looser through here than it was at my beginning, just because this is what I'm used to doing. It does limit me, as I said, so I am actually working on switching over to the more proper way of crocheting. Let's do one more with me to train me up. So we're going to push through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, here we are at the very last stitch. You got your knot at the end, basically. Here you are at the last stitch. We're going to push through. Let me do this properly. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, and just kind of snug it up. I do suggest at this point that you count your number of stitches so that you know as you go back how many stitches you have. Now we're going to switch to the next row. To do this, we are going to chain 1 stitch, so yarn over, pull through 1, just like we did at the beginning, and we're going to turn our crochet piece. All right, so now that we've already gone up a step with a single crochet with the 1 chain, we are going to go in to this stitch right here. If you can see, there's a little hole. If you pull it out, you can see the holes. Now these will be easier to go through than your original chain. So we're going to do the same thing, push through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Find that next hole, go through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through 2. And now we're working the second row. I'll see you back at the end. Okay, I am back, and I just have 1 more stitch to go. You can see, gone all the way across. And if you look down here, now the top of the stitches, let me show you this. They're basically a V. You have your front loop and your back loop. And we're going through the center on this stitch. So, my yarn in my hand again. And you see there's still 1 more loop down here. That was our turn. We're going to go through. And you're making sure you have both loops on top, by the way. Yarn over. Pull through. Yarn over. Pull through 2. And to count your stitches, you've got your 2 loops, so your V, so we're going to count the V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so I have 17. So as I go through, every once in a while, I'm going to count those to make sure I don't end up with a triangle or some other strange shape. Okay, so we're going to turn again, because we're going to just continue on. So we're going to do one chain stitch. So loop over and pull through. Turn, and we're going to go back through the exact same way. Still going through that center hole there underneath your V. All right. So just continue with your single crochet until you feel comfortable with it, and then you can switch over to a double crochet. And I'm going to show you that next. All right, so switching over to a double crochet, we have one chain here. Well, we want to do 2 chains. It's usually suggested to do 3 chains, but I find that makes too large of a loop at the end. So I prefer to just do 2 chains with a double crochet. Now these are all US terms that I am using. There are different terms used with British terms or United Kingdom terms. So this is US terms. Okay, so we've switched, or we've turned our work. Now I am going to yarn over, go into my hole, yarn over, pull through. I now have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've done that twice. So that's why it's a double crochet. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go through the hole, yarn over, pull through. 3 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now this double crochet is basically twice as tall as your single crochet. There's a little bit larger holes in there, so it makes the work a little airier and not quite as dense as the single crochet. But you can get a piece of fabric created faster. So loop over, push through the hole, loop over, pull through 2, loop over, pull through 2, loop over, pull through 2. And I am saying loop over, it should be yarn over. Okay. Like I said, this is just a very simple tutorial, but this gives you an idea. Double crochet, single crochet, and your work looks slightly different on both sides. I hope this helps, and I will be adding more videos as the tutorials go on with helping my friend crochet. Thanks again for watching.